Let's talk about one of the most underrated wins of the offseason. The Kansas City Chiefs locking up linebacker Nick Bolton on a deal that looks better by the day. At first glance, it seemed like a solid move. But now, it's looking like a flat-out steal. Nick Bolton signed a 3-year contract worth $45 million, with $30 million of that fully guaranteed. That puts his average annual salary at about $15 million. For a player of his caliber, a proven defensive leader and tackling machine, that's more than fair. But what makes it even better is how it stacks up against what other linebackers got paid this offseason. Let's just take a look. Zach Bond, now with the Eagles, signed for 3 years and $51 million. That's $17 million per year. And while Bond's a solid player, Bolton is arguably better. Jamien Sherwood from the Jets, same contract value as Bolton, $45 million. But Bolton's resume is clearly stronger. Then there's Robert Spillane, who got $11 million per year, and Ernest Jones, who pulled in $9.5 million per year. Finally, Andrew Van Ginkel got a ridiculous 1-year, fully guaranteed $23 million deal from the Vikings. That's $8 million more than Bolton for 1 season. So here's the thing. Nick Bolton could have easily pushed for more money, whether from the Chiefs or another team, but he didn't. That's what makes this deal so special. He gave Kansas City what looks like a hometown discount, all while helping Brett Veach make the most of limited salary. Cap space. Let me ask you this. How would you grade this deal now that we've seen what other linebackers are getting? Drop your letter grade in the comments. A, B, C, D, or even F. I'll tell you right now, I'm giving it an A+. What about you? And hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown and want more Chiefs updates just like this, hit that subscribe button right now. We're pushing toward 4,000 subscribers and every click counts. Like the video too. It helps more Chiefs fans find us. Up next, let's compare Bolton's contract side by side with those other linebackers and see why Brett Veach just pulled off one of the best value deals of the offseason. Now that we've seen Nick Bolton's deal in context, let's break it down in detail, because when you line up the contracts, Bolton starts to look like one of the biggest value signings of the year. At $15 million per season over 3 years, Bolton's deal isn't small, but compared to other linebackers with similar, or even lesser, production, it's a flat-out bargain. Zach Bond, for example, is earning $17 million per year with the Eagles. Bond's career numbers and impact don't come close to what Bolton brings to the table. Bond has never been a true anchor in the middle of a defense like Bolton is, so why is he getting paid more? Then we've got Jamien Sherwood. He signed for the same amount as Bolton, $45 million, but again, look at the tape and the stats. Bolton has more tackles, more playoff experience, more leadership, and more big-game moments. Sherwood's potential is there, but he hasn't proven it like Bolton has. Robert Spillane is a solid linebacker and got $11 million per year. But even that feels like a high number considering his ceiling. And then there's the head-scratcher. Andrew Van Ginkel getting $23 million fully guaranteed for just 1 season with the Vikings. That kind of number makes Bolton's $30 million guaranteed across 3 years look like highway robbery. What makes Bolton's deal even more impressive is that he was a leader on a Super Bowl-winning defense. He's been one of the most consistent tacklers in the NFL since he entered the league. He's not just a solid player, he's a difference maker. And he's only 24 years old. That's what makes Brett Veach's move so impressive. Locking in Bolton before the linebacker market exploded shows the kind of foresight that separates good GMs from great ones. So let's open it up to the comments. Do you think Bolton's deal is the best value signing the Chiefs have made this offseason? Or is there another under-the-radar move you'd put higher? Let's get the conversation going. Let's talk about what Nick Bolton's return truly means for the Chiefs' defense heading into 2025. And spoiler alert, it's not just big, it's game-changing. When Bolton missed games last season, the difference in defensive communication was clear. The Chiefs still held strong. That's the Spagnuolo effect. But they weren't the same dominant force. without their leader in the middle. Bolton is the quarterback of the defense. He's the guy calling out formations, making the adjustments, and setting the tone on every snap. With him back and locked in for the next 3 years, Kansas City's front seven just got a whole lot nastier. Think about this. You've got Chris Jones blowing things up on the line, George Karlaftis coming into his own as a pass rusher, and now Bolton behind them cleaning up everything. That's a nightmare for opposing offenses. But it goes beyond the stat sheet. Bolton brings toughness, consistency, and confidence. When he's on the field, the entire defense plays faster and looser because they trust him to be in the right spot. That kind of leadership can't be taught. It's earned. And Bolton earned it by showing up in the biggest moments. Don't forget the Super Bowl versus the Eagles, 9 tackles and that clutch fumble recovery for a touchdown. Or the 2025 AFC Championship where he was flying around like a missile, shutting down runs and keeping Lamar Jackson contained. These are the moments where stars shine, and Bolton has delivered every time. With Bolton back in the fold, Steve Spagnuolo can open up the playbook even more. He can get exotic with blitz packages. He can disguise coverages, because he knows Bolton will get everyone lined up and ready. That's the kind of trust that unlocks a championship-level defense. So, Chiefs Kingdom, are we looking at the best linebacker group in the AFC right now? Let me know in the comments. And if you think someone in the NFL has a better duo than Bolton and Tranquill, name them. In Chapter 4, we'll take a look at how this signing affects the future of the Chiefs roster, including what it might mean for guys like Willie Gay Jr. and Leo Chenal. Now that we know Nick Bolton is locked in with that hometown discount deal, let's break down what this means for the Chiefs' linebacker room and the roster as a whole. First off, having Bolton secured at $15 million per year gives the Chiefs some serious flexibility. Remember, this was done in a tough cap situation with limited space to work with, so locking up your best linebacker for less than market value, that's a win right there. But what about the other linebackers? Guys like Willie Gay Jr., Leo Chenal, and rookie Jeffrey Bassa suddenly have a clearer path. With Bolton as the anchor, the Chiefs don't have to rush any decisions. They can develop these younger guys slowly without feeling pressure to replace Bolton anytime soon. Willie Gay Jr., in particular, is coming off injury but has shown flashes of elite talent. Having Bolton there to mentor him is huge. Leo Chenal brings a unique skill set as well, with more speed and coverage ability. And remember, the team drafted Jeffrey Bassa to help in coverage, a known area where Bolton is still improving. This layered linebacker group could be the deepest and most versatile the Chiefs have had in years. Depth is key in the NFL, especially for a defense with championship aspirations. There's also the salary cap angle. Because Bolton gave a hometown discount, the Chiefs can invest more in other key positions. This might mean more weapons for Patrick Mahomes or more help on the defensive line. Every dollar saved here helps build a stronger overall roster. So, Chiefs fan, here's a question for you. How do you see the linebacker room shaping up in 2025? Will Bolton's presence help turn the younger guys into stars? Drop your thoughts below, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any Chiefs updates. Up next, in Chapter 5, we'll talk about Nick Bolton's goals for the season and what we expect from him going forward. All right, now let's talk about what Nick Bolton is focusing on for this upcoming season and why Chiefs fans should be excited. Bolton recently did an interview with KMBBC here in Kansas City, and he shared some great insights. His main goal? To get just 1% better every single day. That's the kind of mindset that drives champions. He knows there's plenty of time to work on the details that make both him and the team better. It's about constant improvement. One of his personal goals is ambitious. He wants to lead the entire NFL in tackles. Now, leading the league in tackles might not sound glamorous to everyone, but it's a sign of consistency, reliability, and toughness. For a linebacker like Bolton, that's a badge of honor. We've seen his tackle numbers climb over the years, peaking at 180 tackles in 2022. If he stays healthy and focused, 2025 could be the year he hits that milestone for real. But it's not just about tackles. Bolton knows there's work to be done in coverage, especially with how much passing is in today's NFL. That's why the Chiefs drafted Jeffrey Bassa to help cover tight ends and running backs, allowing Bolton to focus on his strengths while improving where he can. At just 25 years old, Bolton hasn't even hit his ready to defend the crown prime yet. The best years for him are still ahead, and with the contract he signed, the Chiefs clearly believe in his future. So, Chiefs fan, what do you think? Is Nick Bolton the best linebacker in the NFL right now? Or is there someone else who tops him? Type yes or no in the comments and let me know why. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Total Chiefs News and hit the like button if you're excited about the upcoming season. We've got all the news and updates you need straight from the